Good people. Video. Let's get this done. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah. So Mikey Garcia becomes a 4-weight champion, man, and he looked. I think he looked good. You got to consider that Lipinets was very inexperienced. You know, very inexperienced. Only 13 fights going into the bout. No really quality opposition beaten, but a good fighter all the same. A good fighter all the same. Mikey made light of the reach disadvantage he had. You know, 5'6", he had a 66-inch reach. Lipinets had a 67-inch reach. Mikey controlled the battle of the jabs. He built everything off the jab, you know, which was very fundamental sound boxing, you know. Lipinets, he was just a little tight. He seemed a little tight, a little stiff. Like Mikey just had the vaster peripheral vision of the ring, while Lipinets just marched in tunnel vision, and you could see it in his eyes. I mean, Lipinets wasn't seeing the whole, even a third of the circumference of the ring. He was just trapped in, and he couldn't cut the ring down properly. He was too inexperienced, and Mikey took advantage of that. Mikey stayed relaxed. He's a very accurate hitter as well, you know. Lipinets had a good jab, and on the CompuBox stats, that was his best punch, is the jab, and he did pretty well with the jab throughout the fight, you know. But Mikey beat him in that department too. He landed the more body shots as well, more power shots. So it was a good evening for Mikey. You know, early, I think it was in the second, they landed two shots simultaneously. Mikey came off the better though, and he rocked Lipinets with the left hand. Because I saw the fight in a copy that was in reverse, so it looked like they were both fighting southpaw. So that confused me. You know, Lipinets, you know, he was jabbing, he was working the body, he was doing his best, but his lack of head movement it cost him dearly, didn't it? And Mikey just boxed nicely from the back foot. Some of the rounds were tough to score. Somebody on the network had the fight kind of tight. And I see where they're coming from. I think it was easy to, like, not easy, but Garcia won most of the rounds, but they were strenuously contested to a degree. But the extra class of Garcia just like it was still around late with a flurry, or he had the more eye-catching stuff, didn't he? You know, and that's what it's all about. It's technique, man. Lipinets didn't have enough gears, basic but good. You know, Lipinets, you know, he tried to up the tempo. He tried to up the tempo, but it was to all no avail, man. You know, Mikey even threw more punches than him. He outboxed him from the back and threw more punches. You know, Lipinets tried to feint his way in, but Mikey's got good eyes, and the feints were ineffective. You know, because you know if you're gonna feint against somebody who's using a lot more side-to-side movement, then it always makes it more difficult. And I thought Lipinets showed a lot of toughness. And I thought he boxed well for someone so inexperienced. Mikey is an inexperienced guy. This is his fourth weight class that he's won titles, you know? And I think Lipinets wanted to kind of bum rush Mikey, but he was hesitant to, when he did try to do that, like he tried a few an uppercut, and a couple more punches. You saw the move Mikey did to Floyd. Mikey floored him, and then Mikey took his foot off the gas. He could have stopped him, but he took his foot off the gas, and he let Lipinets survive in the seventh. You know, and it was a tough night for Lipinets, but it wouldn't have done him no harm. I don't think. I don't think it would have done him any harm. And Lipinets, you know, I don't know. I think he could give a lot of people trouble. You know, like that Regis, what's his name? Progress. That I think that would be a good scrap. I think that would be a good scrap because if Lipinets does take his punches, what else has Regis got? Then he'll be tested. You get what I'm saying? Then he'll be truly tested. But I don't see the management of either guys putting them in against each other without no belt at stake. And Regis is ranked pretty high. Why would he? You know, like who's Mikey gonna fight next? He's still got another belt at 135. You know, Mikey landed some good shots in the last round, man, and he rocked Lipinets very briefly. Some of them shots Mikey landed, don't get it twisted. People have critiqued Mikey. He would have knocked out a lot of 140 pounders with them shots. Trust me, he would have. Yeah, just like Zlatnik Cannon went out, a lot of them would have went out, but Lipinets took them. Lipinets took them shots, man, and stood strong. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Fourth weight class. Mikey is becoming a prize fighter. He doesn't really hold on to the belts very long, does he? Like he just uses them as a platform and a stepping stone to get across. You know, he moves on. He might keep this. He's got. I think he's got a few days to decide if he takes on his mandatory, which we're not sure what he's going to do about that. You know, more than likely he'll give it up. I'd like to see. Can he still? I'm assuming that he could still fight at 135, or he would have gave that belt up. You know, the winner of Richard Comey and Robert Easter and Garcia would be good. You know, or maybe the winner of Linares and Lomachenko. They're all good. They're all good. No complaints. Either way, no complaints at all. You know? So. Good night for the Garcias, man. Good night for the Garcias. Good night for them. Waiting for the screen to clear up. Anyone in the building? Who's there? 122-4529. Yeah, what's up, man? What's up? Good, good. Good. Screens will come up. Right, somebody's challenging Oscar Valdez. He got his jaw broken, man. It was a tough fight. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, man. That's really good. Joe Nevin. Okay. He wants to make up for lost ground in the pros. He said he beat Oscar Valdez in the amateurs. Okay. Well, you got a long way to go. Win a few fights and then we'll talk. Then we'll talk. Win a few fights. Peak my radar. Peak my radar. Yeah. So yeah, Oscar Valdez, man, jaw broken. So he like as much as Quigg didn't really do enough to win the fight. He done damage. And yeah, man, you know, like when you're gonna miss weigh-ins and stuff, like I can't blame Quigg because, well, no, it's the protocol. It's the protocol, you know, the protocol that they have with weight making. He came in at 142. I think Valdez came in at 135. So there was a considerable difference there. If Quigg had to take that extra 2 pounds off, rehydration wouldn't have worked out the same way as it did. You know, that's the thing. People have got to take that into consideration. Quigg knew that a Mexican guy is not going to call off. You know what I mean? Not just any fighter. Most fighters, they're not going to call off, man. You got all them fans there. You're not going to call off. He's done all that training camp. He wants to fight. Of course he wants to fight. He wants to get paid and he wants to fight. You know? That is what it is, man. Like Eddie Hearn making all types of excuses for this guy that he tried to take off as much weight as he can, and there was a limit. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Well, they're talking about Mikey Garcia, you know, because he's 38-0. They're talking about him beating Floyd's record, 12 more to tie it, 13 fights to beat it. Wilder is 10 fights away. Interesting. Trust me though, if Mikey moves up to 147, he won't be beating no Mayweather record. That's out. That'll be out. Move up to 147, you won't be beating no record. You know? Won't be beating no record. But yeah, I agree. 140 is lining up to 122. Mike to 104 says Hangouts are back. I don't know about that back. I just threw one up here, man. Just threw one up here. I stayed up too, man. Mikey fought economically. Lipinets was the perfect matchup for Mikey. So acclimatized to 140 after Broner. Yes, it was good matchmaking. It was good. See, Mikey is learning the prize fighting thing now. After the contractual bullshit he went through Aaron, him and his team have wised up. They wised up to the bullshit that the belts do. You know, you use them as a stepping stone, then you do your own thing if you can. And then when you need be again, you use them again, and then you toss them aside. You know what I mean? And they've mastered that now. They're realizing it's more about the matchup. They didn't care that Broner wasn't for no belt. The WBC threw one in, but they didn't care. They knew it was a good matchup. It was a good payday. It was a good profile fight for them, man. And they went from there. And that's how you control boxing. And that's all I've really been saying. Like, people trying to do add-ons and embellishing on what I said about belts. They're idiots, man. You're all idiots. That's all I was saying. Yeah? The belt isn't always necessarily the way to get to A to B to C to D in boxing. It just isn't. Because if you're talking between 135 and 140, one of the hottest tickets is Mikey. And he's got two belts, but he'll have no hesitation about giving two of them up if the fight was right. If the money's right and the fight's right, they'll give them up. You know? Yeah, that fight was very violent with Quigg and Valdez. It was a very violent fight. Very violent. Very violent. Like, Eddie Hearn wanted to pull Quigg out in the 10th, but Quigg said, "Don't you dare." You know, so he stuck it in there with his nose broken up, and yeah, violent fight. It probably took a bit out of the winner as well. You know, tough fight, man. Like, everyone's just expecting that. You know, you have a hard fight like that, you heal up and you just carry on. No, there's wear and tear, man. There's a lot of wear and tear. You know. I didn't see the Richard Comey fight. I have to go look for that, actually. He's relocated to New York from Ghana. Huh? I want to see him take on, Robert Easter, man, the rematch. So good. Hugh Fury trying to tell us that he thought he was the winner against Joseph Parker. Are you serious? I can't read that story. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even saying he necessarily lost, but dude, no one, when you perform like that, nobody cares, man. I'm not even saying that Parker lost. No one cares. No one cares. Nobody cares. You know? The bottom line is you're fighting Sam Sexton next. That shows your market value. If you had lost a real controversial fight where it looked like you looked good in it, you wouldn't be fighting Sam Sexton next. Yeah? You wouldn't be fighting that. You'd be fighting somebody ranked in the top 10, waiting to get back in the shake-up to get a belt. But you're not. You're fighting for the British title. Exactly where you should be. That's just the place you should be. Yeah? You're not mispriced. You're not anything. You know what I mean? You're exactly where you need to be. You're exactly where you need to be. You know? No doubt about that. Right? Share the screen. So let's see what they're doing on Twitter, man. Okay. Okay, Lucas Brown working hard. Dylan White coming soon. Good. Michelle Joy Phelps. Oh, my God, Vasyl Lomachenko versus Jorge Linares is going to be fire. Okay. Top Rank Boxing. Over 1 million viewers and the number 11 ranked program on all cable networks for March the 10th in the 18 to 49 demo. Not bad for a featherweight contest, man. Not bad at all. Yeah. Okay. Huey Fury, follow me on Snapchat. No, thank you. I'm not a big fan of what you do. You gotta improve. Let's see. Dan Raphael, the Jorge Linares Lomachenko fight is a done deal for May the 12th at the MSG. Source of knowledge of the contract signing told ESPN Linares will defend against pound for pound. Where is Lomachenko ranked in the pound for pound rankings, actually? Look into the story. Where is he ranked? Lomachenko, the done deal. Defenders, it's a pound for pound king. Pound for pound king. Are they saying he's the best in the sport now, yeah? The junior lightweight champion. Okay. Lomachenko will be moving up to win a title in his third division in the fight. And that's a typo. I didn't say that. Well, I did say it, but his third division in the fight that Top Rank will promote as part of his deal with ESPN. Really didn't fit the bitter rivalry between Top Rank and Golden Boy. Yeah, it's Golden Boy versus Top Rank, so you know it always shows that business can be done. So it's a positive. Promoters, they got it done. The contract between the promoters was signed Monday afternoon after ESPN agreed to move up start time boxing event to 8 p.m. Yeah, I know they had to shift some programming Eastern time, so it's not to overlap with the Golden Boy event that will air on HBO at approximately 10 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, good fight, man. Good fight, good fight, good fight. Who you got? Who's gonna win? Mikey, Del Boy. What's up, Del Boy? Mike 104. Vince is from my hometown. He did well. Finished strong. I don't think I saw that fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking forward to the Lara versus Hurd fight. Me too. Me too. Del Boy, he said Mikey Garcia is the most overrated, high-profile fighter, in his opinion. Okay. He hasn't fought the best of the best. He hasn't fought the best of the best. I'd not argue with that. He hasn't fought the best of the best. But I think he's a good boxer. I think he's faced some good fighters though. Maybe not the best, like I'm saying, but I think he's had some good fights, some decent fights. But I see, I understand where you're going. Huh? A few people have said that. Manny Pacquiao and your boy Freddie Roach parted ways. Okay. People just announcing the date of the Lomachenko and Linares fight. Who else we got? Yeah, Craig Mack died today. For those into the hip hop, yeah, sad. Yeah, they're just talking about Lomachenko fight being finalized. Luke Campbell could be actually fighting Lomachenko soon, yeah? That's what they're saying. Luke Campbell. That's what they're talking about. because he's ranked. Let me get the rankings up. He's ranked just behind Mendy, who beat. Let's get the rankings. Yeah, what they're planning really is to get Linares out of the way. Eddie, that's what Eddie's planning anyway. Yeah, get him out of the way, and then they'll take Luke Campbell on. Luke Campbell signing a free fight deal with Top Rank, apparently. And they're not going to put Luke in too hard so he loses his ranking position. Mendy's #1, and he's beat Campbell, but boxing doesn't work like that. Boxing don't work like that, man. It's too political, very political. So, will Mendy get a shot? What is Matt Holyfield saying? Out to punish drug chicks. Well, a lot of people say, well, what did he call it? Was it Evan Fields? The suspect package was delivered to an Evan Fields. Remember that? Yeah. Oh, good, man. Good. Let's see. He hasn't held back, sharing his thoughts on dealing with drug chicks. Found guilty, Alvarez will lose huge sums of his prize money. But he still gets money, though. He made the fifth. Alvarez worrying about money now. I'm going to be made for the money. They're saying he could face a ban from the sport of up to 2 years. Do you think that's going to happen? They're saying because of the small quantity that was present in the system. Canelo's finding is highly likely to be waived by the Nevada State Athletic Commission as coming from cattle. He said they should be put in jail for 30 days. They're touching drugs, they suspend you and it costs you money. They talk about getting over it. They don't really work because some of the fighters trains real hard their whole life. People don't know how bad it hurts people when they get robbed. That's what boxing is. Some people don't have a lot of people following them, but that doesn't mean they're not a great fighter. There's no doubting that drug use is one of boxing's most contentious problems. Put them in jail, 30 days. It depends, man, because some guys, they've been through some of that shit before, and if they're street dudes or real, not fake street dudes or whatever, or just hardened cases, they don't care about doing 30 days in jail. Give me the drugs. Give me the drugs. Okay. Not much more. Not much more, really. We'll be back, though. We'll be back soon. We'll be back. Who's that? Frank Warren. Ready to put. Oh, Frank. That's Carl Frampton. Frampton. Yeah, fighting when is that actually? April the 21st. Okay. The 21st. Talking about Hopkins going over some of his fights. Peter Fury's second session about to start. Okay. Sam Sexton, I mean, that's a real step backwards. Fighting for world championships and Sam Sexton. And this Huey was calling out a lot of people and not going through none of the fights. So I'm not getting that at all. I'm not understanding that at all. And Mike Tyson skipping up. Let's see this. Maybe that mic. Mike's doing some skills. He's a Joey. Who's he fighting? He's fighting Grant Jennings. Terrence Crawford. Jeff Horn. Official name still not officially announced though. Is that what they're saying? Okay. Why not? Why not? And of course we got the Russians. There's some chemical warfare in the UK. Oh, shit. What else we got? Not much more really. Let me see some of your comments and then I'm gonna back out. Let me see. Doughboy said, I feel he should be at 135 to be honest. 140 is the limit he needs to forget about Spence. Okay. Damn, I got my stomach. Brooklyn Child 155. I got Lomachenko by late stoppage. Doughboy Boxing News. When is Mendy getting his shot? Mendy ain't getting no shot, man. He ain't getting no shot. R.I.P. to the legendary Craig Mack. I don't think he's gonna get a shot, man. He hasn't got no promotion behind him. Like unless he gets somebody to really push for his cause, you know, they're just gonna sidestep around it, man. Doughboy says, Beats, what happened to the streams on the original channel? Oh, you mean the Hangout streams? They're still suspended. They won't let me do Hangouts on that. They won't allow it. They're not having it. They're not having it. So that. I know by now I think they should have returned back my privileges, but there's something. They just decide the rules as they go along. They just I don't know. Having a booth for some female boxer. Yeah. 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 Not much else happening, man. Not much else happening. So I'm just touching in for a few minutes, man. I guess what's popping? Let's see a check. Check boxing news. Yeah, man. Quigg and Valdez was a serious fight, man. So a serious fight, man. It was. It was no joke. Okay. That's a bit all right. David Price hoping for a clean fight against Alexander Povetkin. Man, he's been busted twice, Dave. What do you think he's gonna do? Take the dope, man. Take the dope. If he felt he had to do that to win, he can get away with it. Of course he would. Of course he would. That's who he is. I don't want to hear Dave complaining, oh, he was convicted drug cooking offense. No, Dave, you signed to fight him. Unless he gets busted. Yeah. Charlo versus Hurd. Yes, finally, it's a double header with Crawford and Horn, isn't it? Yeah. I believe. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I like seeing Lara in these fights. It's no point putting Lara in against a dead dog. He's not going to be offensive. Lara needs someone who's going to try and hurt him to look good. Then you can really appreciate his defensive skills and his counter punching. But you put him in with certain opponents, it's just like, oh no. Oh dear. Abel Sanchez, he says Canelo needs to be cleared or suspended. Carlos Medina. Old ass Carlos Medina fighting Josh Kelly. Is that the Carlos Medina good? No, that's the one who fought Amir Khan. It's that one, yeah. Is it that one? Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, I expect Kelly to beat him. Still expect Kelly to beat him. How much rounds is it? 8 rounds. Oh, 10 rounder for the vacant WBA International Welterweight title. 10 rounder. Should be too demanding for Kelly. Garcia Lipinets fight peaked at 689,000 viewers for Showtime. Okay. Joshua Wilder throws windmills. Parker's style is more clinical. Okay, this guy, what's his name? Dervyachenko is still looking for a meaningful match, which is a shame. He's not bad. Yeah, since he stopped Terreno Johnson, they haven't been able to matchmake him. So wasn't Andrade supposed to face him if something happened? Yeah, well, like you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, who's Danny Jacobs fighting? Why is it like who's the Billy Joe Saunders fighting? He's fighting Martin Murray, but this guy can't get nothing. It's strange, isn't it? It's strange. Yeah. He's really fighting. Was he fighting on the Wilder undercard? Someone named Deshaun Johnson, proper check. 22 wins, 24 losses, 7 fucking draws. Guy took him into the 6th. Yeah, but how motivated could he be for that? I don't know. Yeah, well. So who else? Oh, Steven Simmons is taking on Matty Askin for the British Cruiserweight title. Yeah? The wins, Lawrence Okoli. You ready for these guys yet? Lawrence Okoli waiting for Steven Simmons. I think he can beat Steven Simmons. Matty Askin could be harder. I don't see Steven Simmons beating Matty Askins. I don't see it. I think Matty Askins will get rid of him. I think he'll get rid of him in 9 or 10. That's what I believe. Yeah. Dudes kissing each other. Fucking nasty, man. Shit fucking nasty. Let's see what. Pacquiao training for the Matisse showdown. But what is happening with that? Are there people going to come from with the money? Because Bob Arum hasn't committed anything to that show yet because he wants that $5 million guarantee. They said they're going to put a $15 million to stage it. Where they're going to stage it? Where was it? I can't remember. Was it Dubai or somewhere? We'll see. Matisse, good opponent? Nah, I don't really. Matisse is bastard. Oh man, hard times. Thomas 2000, jailed on drugs charges. He was supposed to fight the tuner. The fight is now off. What was he doing? Slinging or taking? What was he doing? Slinging? You're sniffing or slinging, kid? Just too risky. He was a good person off of, but with his lifestyle and his latest looks, we just can't take a chance. What was he doing? I don't know. He was on a drugs charge, but I don't know. Was he slinging or sniffing, son? What are you doing? No way out of that drug shit, man. You know what I mean? You start selling it or you start taking it. All bets are off, man. All bets are off. Yes, 1-2-2. Another good fight coming up is Stevenson versus Jack. Yeah, that's another good one. He also said, I wish Aaron would release Pacquiao. Enough is enough, for Christ's sake. Why should, wait, no, listen. Why should Aaron release Pacquiao? It was he who signed. Like, the contract ran out a few years ago, and a lot of people said, don't re-sign. You don't need to re-sign with him. And he signed. You can't blame both. You can't blame both. Yeah? He had his option to get out, and he didn't take it. There was no need for Pacquiao to be signed to a promoter in 2018. What for? He didn't show, what's his name? The guy from the NOI. The black Arab guy. He didn't show him that kind of loyalty. And he put him on the map. But he shows Bob all types of loyalty. You know what I mean? I can't blame Bob, man. You're doing it to yourself. You're doing that to yourself, man. That's what it is. Gotta be smart, man. He could run the show himself. Pacquiao could put it on his own cards by the time he signed back with Giza. What is he doing? With Bob Arum. Luke Campbell versus Lomachenko. I'm laughing already. I mean, you think to take a one-sided beating. What if he beat him, though? That'd be fucking brilliant. If he beat him, man. Jesus. Billy Joe Saunders. Who's that? Murray. Fuck is that? Any more comments, people? 122 says Pacquiao should have left, in my opinion, and thought his contract was starting in 2017. God knows what he's doing, man. God knows. All right, I think I've run out of juice on this one, people. So, you know, you never know. Could be back. Could be back. Run out of juice for now. I mean, peace.